Hello and welcome to the Luna Holistic Podcast and the Lightworker Global Call to Action series. I'm Geneva Robbins. I'm a Reiki master here in Calgary, Alberta. I'm so glad to have you all here, everybody who's joining live or later. Thank you for being here. This is a wonderful gathering of such powerful, big-hearted, wonderful people here. Before I get rolling into the content, I just want to send out a very deep message of gratitude and thanks to the Indigenous peoples of the land across the entire world. Thank you all. And if you are an Indigenous person, thank you for being here. Welcome, everyone. I have on the line with me Ayla Thomas. She's also a Reiki master here in Calgary at Luna Holistic. Say hi, Ayla.
Hey guys.
Ayla will be supporting you all on the chat live and supporting me and chiming in and tuning in as we go. So thank you for being here, Ayla.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. Do you want to quickly just explain the Zoom chat and all of that for people who maybe aren't familiar with Zoom, although everybody's developing that language very quickly.
It's true. We need less and less. If you haven't already, just tap the chat button at the bottom of your screen and then it'll open up the chat to the right. And then under the two, there's a little blue bar where it says all panelists. Just change it to all panelists and attendees so everyone can see. And then there's a Q&A button on the bottom. If you want to ask anonymous questions to Geneva, you can use that one instead.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We'll start in with a little grounding meditation from my book, The Secret Art of Happiness. This is now up on the Luna Holistic blog. So there's a couple of great meditations up there already. There's a Tadasana meditation, a 4-minute one that Ayla Thomas has recorded. That's up there on the blog, as well as a bedtime meditation and a waking meditation, as well as this grounding one that we'll be doing together right now. So if you're brand new to meditation, don't worry. It's very simple. You can boost your practice by doing two things. The first one is to close your eyes, because as soon as you close your eyes, you drop into a deeper, more restful space within you. It tells the base of your brain that you are safe and protected and connected. And then the other thing that you can do is you slow your breathing rate down, because your heart rate is tied to your breathing rate. And while we can't directly control our racing hearts, we can control our breathing. So if you slow your breathing down, then your heart rate will slow. And when you have a slow heart rate, everything in your body, it just tells your physiology that you're safe. When we're really stressed out, we often have our eyes just wide open, and it's really hard to close our eyes. So I just encourage you to close your eyes. Obviously not if you're driving, but close your eyes, get to a nice settled space, and then we'll do this grounding meditation together. And all you need to do is just follow along. So, just very gently, as you listen to my voice, gently close your eyes and let your breath relax. Place your feet flat on the floor and bring your spine up straight. Just gently become aware of the energy of the earth just below your feet, just below the base of your spine. Notice the vast expanse of energy available to you now. This energy is wise, dependable, and nurturing. Feel the charge and character of this earth energy now. Now become aware of the energy within your body. Observe the difference or similarity between your energy and the earth's energy. Just notice this gently, easily, and with great kindness. Now, easily, with your breath, allow the energy of your body and the energy of the earth to balance out. Let the energy reach its own stable resting point, your natural equilibrium. Allow the charges in your body and in the earth to harmonize. Just easily and gently with your breath. Notice how your breath helps the energy flow. Notice the support, the love, the comfort that is available to you now. There is no need to push or pull the energy here. Just step aside and let it flow. Allow the earth energy to rise up your body, right to your crown. Allow any unwanted energy or tension to flow off right through your feet. Let the nurturing presence of Mother Earth be with you now. Surrender all barriers and blockages to her magnificent love. You are so loved. Feel it now. Rest here for a moment. When you're ready, begin to gently wiggle your fingers and your toes, bringing your hands down your legs, smoothing the energy down your legs and reconnecting. And then sweeping your hands through and around your aura with your hands facing your body, about a foot or so away, just smoothing that energy all the way around you, clearing off that space around you, giving that energy a pat to seal in the healing. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. There we go. I'm always fascinated to hear how meditation shifts things for you. So if you are joining live, I'd love to hear from you of just how that went for you, what you experienced in the meditation. For me, I feel this settling of the energy. It just sort of runs all the way through me and out into the bottoms of my feet, and then all of a sudden it's this gathering stillness. And if stillness could have a sound, I feel or hear this sort of sound of stillness all around me, and the energy just almost holds me in that calm, restful space. Yeah, that's what I get from that. I just love it. So if you'd like to share, I'd love to hear what you said. Multi, calming and relaxing. Thank you. Thank you. Ayla, what did you experience?
That was so lovely. Thank you. I was hearing all the geese outside. My windows are all closed, but I could hear them everywhere. And I kind of forgot where I was for a moment. I kind of drifted off into somewhere else. Like maybe I was sitting by a lake or something, just somewhere really, really peaceful, and somewhere where it's really easy for me to connect into meditation. It felt really nice.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Dawn, feeling that my busy head has slowed down and refocused the energy, not entirely, but enough to slow down. That's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that, Dawn. Yeah, it's this process of unwinding, and I feel like in a meditation, every little bit shifts something, and it can have, sometimes you notice it right in the meditation, and other times it takes a little bit for it to catch up with you. And sometimes it's like in the meditation you might find that your mind was still really, really busy and just churning away on things, or even sometimes getting louder. And that's good, because that's sort of clearing and flushing all of those thoughts that have been sort of brewing in the background of your mind. It gives, meditation sometimes gives you this opportunity to clear that energy, and clear that by sometimes just having it get loud before it can get quiet. And so really that, and if it does get louder for you when you meditate, that's not you doing it wrong. That is actually the meditation just boosting, clearing out those thoughts. And sometimes you have to think them one more time before they'll clear. What I notice is that when you feel like you've had a bad meditation, it's actually when you get the biggest jumps forward. When you go back into your life, you're just calmer, or you're thinking about things in a different way, or even just giving yourself that time to drop out of fight or flight. It shifts things in your body really quickly. Within about 5 minutes, you will be in a different physiological state than you were before, which is enough. So even if the mind hasn't caught on, it's still giving this huge boost in benefit. So I feel like the only way to do meditation wrong is to not do it. If you're doing a meditation, even if you feel like you're doing it poorly, you're still showing up, and you're still doing it, and it's still making a huge impact. So I just want to put that out there for any of you who might feel like your mind is just being a real naughty monkey up there and chatting constantly at you, that's totally okay too. So thank you. Thank you, everybody. The topic of today's talk is you are powerful and capable. And I really, really know this to be true, that when we are in these times or any times in our life that are difficult, that there's an element of struggle or something that we need to work to overcome or understand or process, which is pretty much almost all of the time, unless you're an enlightened sage and guru. We're always working through various things in our lives. And the situation we're all in right now has really sort of turned up the heat to all of the issues that have been issues before. They're all still here. They're really often, for a lot of people, what I've been hearing, and myself as well, is that the stuff that was bugging us before is still there, but it's just louder. And you can't look away from it because there's so many other things that are calling our attention that we're having to cope with. A lot of the external things that would normally distract us from that internal work are gone. We can't go to the movies, we can't meet up with friends, we can't even go to a restaurant in the same way that we used to. Even going for a walk outside has changed because instead of it just being a walk or a run, we're having to bring this heightened awareness to our environment, how far we are away from people. So pretty much every area of how we function from the moment we get up in the morning to the time we go to bed has shifted in some way. And there's this idea that when you can't go outside, you have to go inside. And that's a huge benefit, because what I know to be true is that inside you is a light and strength and courage that is greater than whatever challenge you face. And that when you go in and past the pain that's there, deep into your heart, your soul, your center, your spiritual self and being, all of the wisdom of your entire being is there. The part of you that is intimately and directly connected to the all that is in the universe is there. It lives within you. That's where your heart and your wisdom and your core essence resides. And when you can tap into that space, that is when this light within you shines. And even in the darkest moments, you get guidance and wisdom to just get you through the next little bit. You'll get very clear instructions right from the center of you. And sometimes it feels like it's coming from beyond you, from the greater energy that exists in all things. However you experience that, it's this calming, reassuring, nurturing presence and energy. And it is part of you. It's part of everybody. And when we tap into that, solutions appear, guidance appears. We get drawn to the next tiny step. And whether the next tiny step is go to bed early, or get outside in the fresh air, or have a sip of water, or call this person, or just take a tiny action on this next difficult problem. Just do some tiny little piece of it. Just call somebody and ask for help. Whatever it is, that whatever challenge we're facing, if we just take it in tiny little bits and let that inner being guide us, we get guided to exactly where we need to be. And the solutions start unfolding because no one person knows all of the pieces of how to navigate through this. But when we reach out collectively, we start creating these collective solutions to problems, both personal, to bigger worldwide problems. All of those things start knitting and weaving together, and our hearts start connecting to other people's hearts. And when we do that, there's a greater momentum and energy behind it, and we start creating this collective pattern of well-being that is reforming the structures that have been smashed apart by this worldwide pandemic. Everything that has been broken is being rebuilt in a new way. And when we all rise up into that energy and speak from that core and truth in whatever way and whatever scope we have, we create this new world that we will be living in for a long time to come. And really deeply healing not just the personal wounds, but the collective wounds as well. We have this massive opportunity together to solve problems that have existed for a long, long time in a very permanent, beautiful, joyful way. And that's the part that really drives me forward and is my purpose behind doing these calls with all of you, is because I know that if we each do our part to shine our light in whatever way that means, even if it's just you being in that heart space, and just taking care of your family and your kiddos and your furry loved ones, that is enough. And then taking action from that space, the ripple goes beyond your walls. So you don't even have to leave your home to contribute to the collective energy that is being held space for. And I always think we often, especially people who are big-hearted, compassionate people, we often neglect or we have a lack of an awareness of all of the good that we bring into people's lives. And if you've ever been at a funeral of a loved one who's passed away, who just lived their life, and maybe they didn't do anything big and spectacular, but they were amazing people and they really had a deep influence on you, they just didn't even know how much they uplifted you and impacted you. And I think it's the same for all of us. We just shine our light so naturally that, we just have an impulse to call a friend or text an emoji to somebody we were thinking of. And all of a sudden that could mean the emotional clouds are breaking and the sun coming out for them in their lives. We really don't know the ripple effect of all of those tiny acts of kindness and goodness that we bring into the world. So that's kind of the purpose for in behind of what I'd like to share with you. Yeah. Ayla, did you have anything to add in to that?
That was so beautiful. I was just thinking as you were talking too about how like every time we choose self-care, we're contributing, because so many people want to help in all the different ways, and there's lots of outreach stuff happening. But for people who feel like they're not doing enough, self-care, like every time you sit down to meditate, you're raising your own vibration, which contributes hugely. Yeah.
I find that this is what I know to be true, is that anybody who is asking themselves or pressuring themselves or putting pressure on themselves that they're not doing enough, those are always 100% of the time the people who are actually doing too much.
Totally.
They are doing way too much. They're natural helpers and healers, and they're gifted and talented people, and they have a high capacity for giving and being present with others. And there's also this, like, when you're used to, before all of this happened, you probably had a very high capacity for holding space for other people. You were probably already in a realm where you are helping a lot of people or being that person that everybody turns to for support. And so you've got this sort of idea from the past of what your output is, of what 100% looks like. And then this all happened, and you have to really abandon that and stop judging yourself against your capacity in the past because you're processing your own stuff. You're holding space for a whole world to shift. You are also probably on top of that doing your work at whatever way, so if you're working or if you're at home and trying to figure out schooling for your kids, or however your life is shifted through all of this, it's a lot. You are doing a lot. And sometimes what I've heard from people is that they feel like they're just drawn into this stillness. They're processing and processing and processing, and they're feeling like at some point I need to like actually start doing the work, right? And I just think, don't worry. If you're called to this inward phase, it means that you are healing in a very deep way. You're doing a lot of work, and you may be doing work at such a big, deep scale that you're not even aware of the amount of work that you are actually doing, energetic work that you are doing all day, every day, for yourself and everyone else, just holding it together. So be very gentle and easy on yourself, with yourself, and with others through all of this, because the amount that we are processing energetically, emotionally, and mentally, just even puzzling out how to get from point A to point B, has all changed. Some things that used to be things you could do on autopilot are now things that require planning, and you have to space them all out. Um, so if you're feeling like you're not doing enough, you're probably doing too much and you need to gear down and go into some self-care mode. Um, and don't worry, because I know 100% if you're listening to this right now, the call to action is there, and it actually comes, the movement forward needs to come not from our brains. Our brains are the ones that will push us past the point of exhaustion, that will kind of keep on whipping at us to keep on going, when we actually need to settle down and just be. When you go into the heart space, into the deep core of you, into your wisdom inside your soul and your spirit, that place will never push you harder than you can go. It knows deeply, now it's time to rest. Stop doing that. Settle down. Go have a bath. It will, and it will also, um, it's almost like a magnetic energy. When you're fully recharged, it's like a a ball of a snowball rolling down a hill. It's going to gather, it's going to be slow at first, and then it's going to gather this huge momentum, and then you'll just be acting, and you'll be resting and acting and resting and acting, and you'll be tapping into the wisdom of your heart, and then you'll be taking a small little tiny step, and it will seem small, it'll seem tiny, but it will be powerful, because we're going into this phase of very yin, feminine, nurturing energy of being, dropping into being first. And then in that state of being, when you're fully rested, when you're recharged, then asking, what is the next tiny step? Because then you can be sure that the steps that you're taking are going to have the maximum impact. So you don't have to do a lot right now. It is more about being in alignment with the energy of your being, and then taking an action, then taking a step. And it might be a joyful step, it might be a self-care step, it might be look like fun and connecting and having silly dance parties with your friends, over video chat. Whatever that next step is exactly what you need to be doing, and really, really trusting that. So as much as possible, getting out of the inner critic mind, the chat, it's like, I need to do this, I need to do that, and dropping into here. And you might still be doing those things that you need to do. You will actually probably be doing more of them, but you'll be coming at it from such a calmer energy that it's sustainable. It takes into account everything that's happening within your life, within your body, within your energy levels. And then when you take an action, it will be, you'll get the biggest bang for your buck. So yeah, thank you. Thank you, Ila. I love that yeah, it's just that it's the surest sign. If you think you're not doing enough, it means that you're doing too much. It's a good little indicator. It's just like for parenting, parents who are like, I think I'm a really terrible parent are usually the best ones, because terrible parents never ask that question. So it's the same for all of you. You're like, I think I'm not doing enough. Well, maybe it's time to just put your feet up a little bit, because chances are it is enough and you are enough, and you can do this completely imperfectly and still have a wonderful benefit for yourself and other people. So we're smashing a lot of old ideas. So right now we're completely abandoning the old way that wasn't working for us of using this unyielding masculine yang energy in the negative sense of that, of just push through, keep on going, doesn't matter if it doesn't make sense, keep on going. Like, and we're doesn't matter how busy you are, you can be busier. You know, it's this soldiering on sort of thing, and it doesn't actually sustainable. It never worked for us, and I think that's why we're being pushed into this collective state of yin. And how, if you are working, and maybe you are working really hard right now, maybe you're a frontline worker, or you're part of the essential infrastructure of how we keep everything going, that work needs to incorporate self-care into it in order for it to be as effective as it can be in these steps and days ahead. So um, uh, yeah, so just, and whatever tiny little bit you can do is the tiny bit that you're doing. So again, like even the self-care piece, like it's not one more task to do, it's just knowing what, you know, what you need in any given moment. And sometimes it's going to look like meditation or Reiki and self-healing, and other times it'll look like um, just unplugging for a bit, you know, turning everything off, getting to bed early, you know, just maybe doing some doodling or drawing or coloring right before you go to bed, like something fun. You need to tap into that joyful heart as well, because that gives us that zest for living and that vitality. So, yeah. I just wanted to read a little bit from my book, The Secret Art of Happiness. There's a chapter in there about intention setting. And intention setting is a process that's really important in Reiki and really anything in your life. When you have an idea of where you want to be heading, some positive result, you tend to go there. It's sort of like the the direction that you want to go, or the where you want to steer your ship to. And I just want to read a few little bits about that. The entire universe flows in response to decisions. Simple choices, really. Left or right, blue or orange, yes or no. These tiny daily choices form the basis of our lives. A positive intention hones and focuses these tiny choices into deliberate acts of self-love. Intention allows us to mindfully choose our lives instead of haphazardly following the flow of other people's decisions. We focus, we choose, we live. In the process, we find the true source of happiness was within us all along. An intention is a choice, and all energy flows from a point of decision. The stronger you can hold an intention, the stronger the energy will flow. Now, to be clear, I'm talking about strength the way the ocean is strong. It's only the lowest surface on the earth. Or the way the sun is strong, but only runs on a few simple elements and gravity to keep it going. Strength in this context is not about pushing against anything, but rather it is a simple point of focus that is held steadily. The focus that is held is one that is appealing, brings joy, relief, and is in the highest and best interest of all involved. It harms none and helps all. A clear, positive intention brings many wonderful changes and clarity to life. This is what I mean by an intention, a positive, uplifting thought about how things could be. And that is really important right now because we're in this, with everything being sort of disrupted, we have this huger well of energy that's available to us because everything that we've had to let go of has released a whole pile of energy around it. Everything that we've had to surrender is one thing that has gone into the unformed, the like this formless void, and this potential of energy. And so now there's such a power to where we're directing our thoughts. So even that of just, instead of focusing on all of the negatives, just shifting to how could this be? How could this turn out in a positive way? Because the more of us that can focus and either in a personal level or a global level, focusing on what we do want instead of what we don't want, that creates a well and a ripple of positive effects all around us. Um, yeah, Ayla, would you like to add anything to that? And if any of you would like to share your thoughts or feelings about any of that, or any intentions or affirmations you've been holding, I'd love to hear from you as well. If you can type that into the chat. Ayla, what do you
Yeah,
think?
that was lovely. I also feel like um, there's like a lot of group meditations and stuff on there that are like on Facebook or whatever, for this collective idea of like creating a better world. Um, and I think that's awesome to just have so many people holding the intention, um, when we are in fear or we are in that state where we like can't get there in our own minds, just know that someone else out there is like holding that intention for us right now too, and holding
Mm.
space in that way.
Yeah. Yeah. And you don't have to keep a constant focus on it. It's better actually if you just sort of put it out there and then drop it. you
Right,
know,
right.
and it's what's nice is, and what's really fascinating about the work we do here in at Luna Holistic with Reiki is that a big part of a Reiki session is setting that intention early on of like, where do you want to go? How do you want to feel at the end of it? And the Reiki practitioner holds that intention during the whole Reiki session. And that really is the guide for us to sort of match you up to the energy that you and frequency that you want within your life. And there's something really powerful when someone else is holding your intention, holding space for you, because sometimes it's hard when you're in the muck to see a positive result. But when somebody else isn't in there, they can see it easier. So I can see all of you totally happy, healthy, wealthy, complete. And but sometimes it's harder for ourselves. It's like I can't see it, you know. Um, and so that's the beauty of going to other people or just having other people hold that space, and then collectively worldwide, knowing that you can relax when everybody else is holding that space. And my experience with these global, because I see them as they pop up, whenever there's a global meditation happening, I just fall right asleep because I feel like, oh, great, I can relax because other people are out there doing their work. So I can just receive the benefit of that. I'm like, and because I'm doing my work, to support other people, it's very restful to know that that's it's the Mr. Rogers thing of looking for the helpers, of knowing that whatever issue is out there, knowing that there is somebody out there that has dedicated their entire lives to solving that problem. They're experts in this field. And that is so relaxing and relieving to me, to know that there are compassionate, creative, wonderful people sprinkled all over the globe working on all of the things that matter. And so I just always send out, and if I feel overwhelmed by the state of the world, I like just putting it out there in just like thanking these people, sending out a thought of gratitude. I'm not a doctor or nurse, so I feel a huge wave of gratitude for all those people who are on the ground doing that work. It's so important. I don't work at a grocery store, and I'm really happy that somebody figured out to put the tape and the lanes and the shields that are in the grocery stores to protect everybody. I'm glad somebody solved that problem. I didn't have to be a part of it, but I can just be grateful that somebody else is working on all of those things, including like homelessness and food shortages. And there are other people working on it. All I need to do is just work on my little piece of the pie. If we all do that, then that's a massive ripple. So that's kind of, it really helps me. Dawn says, I like the focus point of having an intention. Maybe I can start my day with an intention statement and just let it be. Do you have any advice on separating the energy between a short-term versus long-term intention? I feel like you don't necessarily need to separate. Thank you for your question. That's great. You don't necessarily need to separate the energy between short and long term. Um, uh, if it feels good to you, then it's a good intention. So it really depends on you. Some people, when they think too far ahead, like me right now with everything uncertain, if I get too far ahead for my intention, I start wobbling. But if I just sort of focus, so for me, I feel greater comfort in the feeling of like when everything is sorted out, however it's all sorted out, then I will feel content and peaceful and certain, and I will have a purposeful flow to my day, because and that helps me. But I know other people really like having the anchor of a rosy future or a beautiful future to envision, and where, and so if that feels good for you, then do it, and you'll know inside how that feels. And then as far as short-term or long-term intentions, I think they all work great. And especially with this sort of loosey-goosey aspect on time right now, whatever you want is going to manifest in the perfect time. So I think that the the time scale of what used to take a long time to manifest is gone. So so sometimes you might find your long-term intentions hurry up and you have them now, and then your short-term, like they swap places. A short-term intention might be further out than what seems like. The bigger ask of the universe might seem, you might get that first, because there's so much of the swirl of potential energy and that's really what my divine team, my guides and angels have been saying, is that everything you've ever put out there that benefits you and one other person into the universe is on its way back to you right now. And I feel that for other people as well. So so I really like dropping into like when I will have, whatever you want, whatever you would like to have, just asking yourself, when I have that thing, how will I feel? And because the feeling is a frequency, and you can have that feeling right now. So say you want financial security, as a lot of people do. When I have financial security, I will feel safe, relaxed, creative, joyful. So, and then you can just focus on feeling safe, relaxed, creative, joyful now, and then let the money catch up with you. And it will. It will. It absolutely will. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. That was lovely. Yeah, there's a whole chapter on setting intentions in the book, and uh, it's a really you really can't get it wrong. So as long as you are focusing on the positive, and having the language be as present-minded and focused as possible. So instead of I want, you say I have, or I wish. It's like I am. So it's happening right now. So instead of saying I want to be calmer, I am calm. It's very like present and focused. So instead of it being describing an action or a verb, it's a state of being that you have right now in this moment. And the more present tense the language you use, or the image or the feeling, the better it tends to work. Some people really like words and sentences as intentions, but you can also have it be a feeling or a frequency in your heart. It can also be a song. You can choose an anthem. You can search through your Spotify or Apple Music lists for whatever your favorite music is, anything that really like makes your heart sing, and you could just listen to that and just envision your best day. That works great. It's quite amazing of how the more we're in that state of joyfulness and positivity, the more things start shifting for us. And if you encounter something outside of you that or inside of you that you would like to be different, just visualizing a positive solution. The only little thing is to make your intentions entirely about you. So leave other people out of it, because that's just good energetic and emotional boundaries. Just have it be that, that it's all about you and how you feel and being in a good state yourself. And then let everybody else sort out their own stuff, especially with all the stuff to be sorted out. It just makes it clearer and easier for you. And the thing is that when you are in a good space, you light up. And when you light up, you create this ripple and this space for other people to do their own work. All healing is self-healing. So when you do your own work to get into a good space and a good stage, that's enough. Your job's done. Check. Carry on. And that will create this positive ripple all around you for and people will either do their stuff or they won't, but you'll feel good, and that's enough. And it's more than enough, because that's the only way you can actually influence another adult or teenager, is to lead by example. People will never do what you say, they will only do what you do. So if you want them to be happy yourself. That's the only way. It's the only path in. There you go. Well, thank you, everybody. That was really great. I want to go into a bit of a longer meditation. This one is at the Aura Flame meditation, and it is a very powerful, clearing, empowering meditation. So you can just get cozy and comfortable. And take a breath, get settled. Close your eyes And gently turn your gaze inward. There is a column of light that rises from the base of your spine. Look for it now. This column of light flows through and around your whole body. Within it, you are safe, supported, and nurtured. Gently sway and move your physical body now to align your seated position so that all parts of you are contained within this pillar of light. This light lifts your chest, opens your shoulders, and balances your head neatly and efficiently at the top of your spine. Allow this light to move and support your sitting position throughout this meditation so that you may use minimal effort to stay seated with ease and grace. Allow the light to take over the business of your sitting so you can breathe easily and gently, relax and receive. Hand this tiny task over to the divine essence within you. Wonderful. Now gently turn your gaze toward your root chakra at the base of your spine. Within your root is a bright red flame, a ball of light, an energy source connected to the core reason for your incarnation. This red flame is bright, vibrant, and warm, though still cool to the touch. It glows steady and clear with the deep knowledge of your reason for being on this earth. Every step you have taken is contained within this beautiful red light. Allow this root chakra energy to glow brightly. Now allow your whole column of light to be illuminated with this bright, vibrant red energy. Let the red flame fill and wash over your whole body. Surrender all you don't need to the safety of the red ray. You are safe. Now turn your gaze to your sacral chakra. Within your sacral chakra, in your low belly, is a bright orange flame, a ball of light, an energy source connected to your core source of creativity, abundance, joy, and passion. This orange flame is bright, vibrant, and warm. It glows steady and clear with the deep knowledge of your value. You are valuable. Your creations are valuable. Your pleasure and joy are immensely valuable. You uplift the entire universe every time you laugh. Allow the sacral chakra energy to glow brightly. Now allow your whole column of light to be illuminated with this vibrant orange energy. Let the orange flame fill and wash over your body. Surrender all you don't need to the safety of the orange ray. You are valuable. Now turn your gaze to your solar plexus chakra within your belly. Within your solar plexus chakra is a bright yellow flame, a ball of light, an energy source connected to your power, strength, and individuality. Your true spiritual spark of divinity is contained within this bright yellow flame. This yellow flame is bright, vibrant, and warm. It glows steady and clear with the deep knowledge that you are part of the universe, the divine knowing and the knower all in one. You and God are one. You are brilliant. You are strong. You are free to be your true divine self, to be an illuminator, teacher, prophet, sage, uplifter, creator, leader, guide. Your wisdom shines out from you now, illuminating the whole world. Allow this solar plexus chakra energy to glow brightly. Now allow your whole column of light to be illuminated with this vibrant yellow energy. Let the yellow flame fill and wash over your body. Surrender all you don't need to the safety of the yellow ray. You are strong. You are free. You shine. Now turn your gaze to your heart chakra. Within your heart chakra is a bright green flame, a ball of light, an energy source connected to your deep well of love, compassion, and kindness for yourself and others. This green flame is bright, vibrant, and warm. It glows steady and clear with the deep knowledge of how much you are loved completely and fully by the divine itself. God loves you. Mother Goddess loves you. You are loved. I love you. Because you are so loved, you are love. A spark of deep, divine, complete love in the world. A source of wisdom and loving kindness to humankind. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you. Allow this heart chakra energy to glow brightly. Now allow your whole column of light to be illuminated with this vibrant green energy. Let the green flame fill and wash over your body. Surrender all you don't need to the safety of the green ray. You are loved. You are loving. You are lovable. You are love. Thank you. Now turn your gaze to your throat chakra. Within your throat chakra is a bright light blue flame, a ball of light, an energy source connected to your honesty, your truth, your voice, the divine expression that only you can bring to the world from your own unique and needed perspective. This light blue flame is bright, vibrant, and warm. It glows steady and clear with the deep knowledge of the need for your words to ring their truth on the bell of the universe. The universe craves your expression, your knowledge, your wisdom now. You are free to speak, to sing, to show up, to write, to express the wisdom of your heart and mind. Only you can bring these works to the world. We are listening. You are needed. Allow this throat chakra energy to glow brightly. Now allow your whole column of light to be illuminated with this vibrant blue energy. Let the light blue flame fill and wash over your body. Surrender all you don't need to the safety of the blue ray. You are truthful. You speak up. You express yourself freely and with ease. Now turn your gaze to your third eye chakra. Within your third eye chakra is a bright indigo flame, dark blue, a ball of light, an energy source connected to your infinite source of wisdom and insight. Your deep knowing from all of your lifetimes and beyond exist within this deep indigo flame. This indigo flame is bright, vibrant, and warm. It glows steady and clear with the deep knowledge of your clear insight and divine perspective. You can see things through the eyes of Source. The whole awareness of the universe is available to you whenever you ask. Access your divine wisdom now. You know. You have always known. You are the knowledge and the knower, all in one. Ask and you shall receive. Allow this third eye chakra energy to glow brightly. Now allow your whole column of light to be illuminated with this vibrant indigo energy. Let the indigo flame fill and wash over your body. Surrender all you don't need to the safety of the indigo ray. You are intuitive. It is safe to know and to hear and to see. Now turn your gaze to your crown chakra. Within your crown chakra is a bright violet flame, a beautiful purple, a ball of light, an energy source connected to your infinite self, your divine inner wise being, and the you of your physical body unite here in the safety of the violet flame. The violet flame is bright, vibrant and warm. It glows steady and clear with the deep knowledge of your spiritual self as an inseparable part of God, the divine. You are source energy. You are divine. You are. At your crown, you are no different from God. You are part of one glorious whole. You've reached unity consciousness where there is no difference between thought and form. It is all just energy, and you are part of it, just as I am, and every living thing and non-living thing is also part of the seamless fabric of reality. All is one. You are all. It is all in you. Allow this crown chakra energy to glow brightly. Now allow your whole column of light to be illuminated in this vibrant violet energy. Let the violet flame fill and wash over your body. Surrender all you don't need to the safety of the violet ray. You are connected to source energy. Now begin to breathe into your physical body. Become aware of your arms. Become aware of your legs. Become aware of your fingers. Become aware of your toes. Become aware of the earth. Become aware of the earth below you, supporting you on your journey. Breathe deeply. Breathe fully. Begin to gently wiggle your fingers and your toes, fully reintegrating with your physical body. Begin gently rub your hands together, bringing yourself back. Just massaging your head and neck, giving yourself a little hug up and down the arms, and then bringing your hands down your legs, feeling alert, awake, and present, and then just sweeping your hands over your aura with your hands facing your body, just filling in that energy around you, giving it a little pat. When you're ready, you can open your eyes and Absolutely love to hear what you experienced in that meditation. You can just type that in. Um, it's a lovely one. It is recorded. I'll be posting that up to the blog on lunaholistic.com very shortly, so you can access that anytime. Yeah. Ayla, are you back? Did you touch down to the planet?
I'm back.
What did you experience?
I felt like everything just feels really balanced and like I feel very at home in my body. Yeah, it was really nice.
Beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
beautiful. Yes, Dawn says, so warming. Happy face. Thank you, Dawn. Yeah, it's a really powerful one. Kim says, so lovely. Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely one that's a really nice restful. It feels like an energy bath. Um, Malty says that was beautiful. Was in a safe, secure place. My dog agrees too. Yes, dogs and cats do really funny things when you start moving energy around. So, yes. Thank you. Yeah, and I'm interested now that we're in this beautiful place of connection and feeling really settled within all of the energy. Um, yeah, oh, I really love that. I'm interested into about what you what's the next little tiny step for you. What does your heart and soul say is next? And I just saw this from Sandy. My kitty fell asleep on my laptop. Yes, cats are really funny. They do really funny things with this. But yeah, I'm wondering what's the next little tiny guided action step for you? For me, it's getting out in the sunshine and having a walk and maybe a bite to eat and just having some fun, joyful time with my family. Um, Ayla, what is your next little guided action step?
I feel like it's to just like eat something nourishing and have a cup of tea.
Beautiful,
Totally.
beautiful. That's wonderful. Dawn says smiling. Either you are smiling or that's your next action step. I think that's fantastic either way. It really is. Um, yeah, it's those little tiny things. They all make such a big difference to the course of our day. So thank you. If you have anything else to add, I'd be more than happy to share that with everybody. But I just want to thank each and every one of you for being here, for connecting with all of us and lending your beautiful heart and energy to all of the work that is happening everywhere. Um, just you being here is important and it matters. It matters because it creates this beautiful ripple and web of energy that connects us to all of the things, but to each of us and everything everywhere. Um, yeah, this is again going to be recorded and posted on the lunaholistic.com blog and also posted to the various podcasts and YouTube platforms that are out there. We'll have more resources being posted all of the time to the blog, so please check that out. There are lots of meditations on there already, and we'll be adding them as we go. And you can also tune in to the next events. They'll all be posted on lunaholistic.com. So if you'd like to join a live event, you are more than welcome to come, and it's really open to anybody who could use a little dose of meditation and grounding and connection with compassionate, lighthearted, wonderful people. And just to give you a little bit of energetic clearing and space as we're all navigating this time together, please do share that far and wide with anybody who could benefit. That you never know how much that could shift things and change somebody's day or weeks as we all navigate through this very intense time. And yes, thank you, everybody. Ayla, did you have anything to add before we close it all off?
Not at all. That was fantastic. Thanks, Geneva.
Thank you. Thank you for being here and supporting everybody. Thank you for all the work you do. And thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful, beautiful rest of the day. And let's close it off with another global hug. So big hug for everybody here. And then just open your arms up and just feel this hug embracing the entire world. Just sending our love to the entire planet and every being on it. And then feeling that hug back. And then give yourself a hug. Wonderful. Thank you for being here. Have a beautiful and wonderful rest of your day.